Good evening, friends. In the market, stock market, we see gaps. Gaps occur in the market. There are many types of gaps. Relating to the breakaway gap, I'm going to show you two examples of the breakaway gap. For example, in Nifty, actually it consolidated in a range. Here you can see it consolidated in a range and there was manipulation of the range towards the downside and the gap. The next day, it was in a gap up and it didn't turn good. This was a continuation of the price movement above the breakaway gap. And when we come to the State Bank of India, here also, the range was created and the next day, you can see it was a breakaway gap. Why? You can see when compared to the Nifty, there was continuous movement of price upside. Instead, here in State Bank of India, even though it is a breakaway gap, it started correcting on the next day. It gapped up and started correcting. And if you carefully observe, it did not come within the gap or it did not go there. Next day, you can see liquidity sweep on this candle. Liquidity sweep, that is a very, very important bread and butter of the price action. You can see liquidity sweep and the momentum picked. Why it has reacted in this way? Because of the previous resistance at that level. You can see if I draw a horizontal line, so you can see exactly after the breakaway of the range and also breakaway of the gap, it started reacting. And the next candle, next day, it swept the liquidity, taking the liquidity, stop loss hunting, and the momentum continued. And now, State Bank of India is also in a new territory. After reaching certain level, actually 647, today it made a high of 655 and there was a indecision candle formed. These are the concepts actually. Sometimes breakaway gaps, usually if it is above the, let me go back to the Nifty chart. See, it is uncharted territory. On Nifty, this breakaway gap is, you cannot see on the historical chart, there is no resistance. See, this is the fresh breakaway from the historical high. So that's why the momentum continued. Whereas in State Bank of India, there was a hurdle on historical chart that was the resistance. So the first reaction, it continued downwards and in the next candle, by taking the liquidity, stop loss hunting, the price moved so violently. You should not have imagined. Let me go to the 15 minutes time frame and let me zoom it up. See, you can see liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep here. Price sweeping, stop loss hunting, range had been created and stopped. And here the range breakaway and the market stayed in a range and the next day around 10:45 liquidity sweep took place and the price started moving up. Once it started moving above this range, 628.65, that is the exponential move on the upside. Today, it is again consolidation. So we need to see how the price action will take place. Now, State Bank of India is also in an uncharted territory. So these are the examples of breakaway gaps. And in my next video, I'm going to come up with other type of gaps like area gaps, exhaustion of gaps, or continuation gaps. Everything I'll be covering with an example in my videos. Thank you very much for watching my video. Nalinakshi Swami signing off.